YouTube fans, here again. And as I did vampire films, being my favourite vampire films, I figure why not this one? My favourite zombie films. Why not? So without ado, it's not my favourite, but I respect it. I respect it. That being John Savini's Night of the Living Dead. I like the fact it was in black and white. I respect it was the first zombie film. Without that, you wouldn't have had Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. You wouldn't have had Michael Jackson's Thriller. But I don't love it. I respect it. I respect that it was fine for its time, but it does have issues. But I respect it. However, this one I do love, that being the 1990s Night of the Living Dead. I love what they did to Barbara in it. I love what they did to Barbara. She wasn't a tango in distress, she wasn't afflicted. Yes, it starts the same. You got the car, you got the brother lining up the sister, they're coming to get you, Barbara, that line. But what it does is it manipulates you. You think the first zombie is the old man, just like in the original one, but it's not. It's not. It's an old man with a cut on his forehead. The zombie jumps out, and I actually love the way the zombies look in this. The 60s one, and being fair, because it was the 1960s, they had a very low budget. What could they do in that era? In this, I also love the way they look. I like the fact they look like dead eyes. Remember from the Evil Dead film? Or the fact they're attacking. I love what they do to Barbara. I like the fact she takes a skirt down. Don't get excited, boys. She puts a pair of trousers on, a pair of jeans, gets a sock done, and she's a survivor. She's a survivor. I also like the Ben side of the top. May he rest in peace, being not John Savini, Teeny Todd. I forget his name. Teeny Todd from Candyman. This was his big break. His big break. And out of respect to Teeny Todd and the original actor that played Ben, may both of the Bens from the 68 and the 1991, may they both rest in peace. Because I think they both did good jobs. To me, the only decent thing, right, I'm going to be honest, I liked about the 1968 Night of the Living Dead was Ben. I wish he was the biggest character. Oh, and the zombies. The Barber was a wimp. The other characters I could take or leave them. But in this, I just think the 1991 was a big improvement. I wish I had blood, I wish I had door, but it was the MPA to blame for that. The MPA raped, I'll say that word again, they raped Don Savini's work. They raped it. I think now you can get an uncut one. If I can ever find it, I would load to get the uncut Night of the Living Dead, the 90s one. I love it. I love it. And I also love the 1978, the classic Dawn of the Dead. I love Dawn of the Dead. I love the characters. They made so many different versions, whether it be the director's cut, the theatrical, the uncut, the uncensored. There've been so many different versions of Dawn of the Dead. It's unbelievable. At first, you don't see the zombies. Now, admit, the zombies do look a bit naff. They're all painted white. Some of them are all painted G. But what John Savini had to work with and all that, I still think he did a good job. And what I do love is the characters in it. I actually love the characters. I love Fireboy. May the actor rest in peace. I know he's no longer with us. And there's a lot of actors who are no longer with us who are in these classic zombie films. May the biggest amount of them rest in peace. Because Fireboy, I think, played a brilliant role. I like the one who's his woman in it. I like the other characters in it. When one of them gets killed, you feel for them. Nowadays, in all the movies, who do you feel for? Who do you feel for? Who do you give a shit about? Jump stairs, you can see a mile away. Zombies running like they're a pair of Olympic runners. In this, I love it. It's old school. I love the fact it was done in a real shopping mall, not a set shopping mall. They actually filmed it in a real shopping mall. I actually thought it had some humour, it had some horror, it had door in it, it had heart, something what zombie movies is nowadays lacking. So I actually love Dawn of the the Dead, no matter what version it is, yes, it's a very long film, but I never got bored of it. I never got bored. That is the original, the tacit Dawn of the Dead. Now we get to Day of the Dead. A lot of people say that the third one, being Day of the Dead, is a letdown. I'm sorry, I'm an arsehole, shoot me in the head. I actually think the effects were a big improvement than Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, it's not as long, but the blame for that was your MPA and your censorship, because they wanted it cutting down, they didn't want the blood, they didn't want the door. I almost said blood, they didn't want it. They wanted it watered down, and because our mate said no. He said no, he didn't want that. He wanted it with the door, the blood, and all that. They cut his budget. They cut his fucking budget. But I think it went better in one way, because it was dark, it was in the tunnel a lot. I like the characters again. Some were no longer with us, like the actor that played Rose, and so on. The one who recently died, who had True Believe just make a small extra appearance as one of the zombies in the 90s, Night of the Living Dead. And I like the dirt in it, but I like the characters. I even like Frankenstein. I even like the zombie that's intelligent going, Bud. Has some really good gory deaths in it. And that's I like that. I like Day of the Dead. I'm a sucker. I think it was a damn good third one of the eternity. To me, it's a damn good one of the eternity. So yeah, I delete that one. I delete it. So there, Don Safina, I think he made a good one. And the fact that the MPA and your border censors wanted it watered down because he had his name Don Safini in it. I'm happy he stood his down. I'm happy. And ones I do like, even though it's not technically a film, how can I forget it? Michael Jackson's Thriller. Michael Jackson's Thriller. I like the fact that he also uses a lot of the Tacit Universal monster movies, like the Tacit Werewolf film. He uses the zombie films. Again, good effects. I know John Landis directed and produced it, and the interesting story was Michael Jackson was a big fan of American Werewolf in London, so he wanted a direct the video, and I think it did. I think it really did good. I love the bit where he's dancing with the zombies, you know, I get the feel. I love it. So yeah, even though it's not a film, I would say it's one of my favourite zombie moments. Now this one is one of my favourites. I can't ever say, I can't browse it enough. I can't get mad about it enough. I can't get too lie about it enough. This was the era when zombie films were scary. Has a lot of interesting history. Originally, it was going to be a sequel to Dawn of the Dead, but it became its own cycle. Big enough for countries, it's called Zombie. Other area of the countries, it's called Zombie 2. What can I say about it? And in our country, it was called Zombie Theseus. Now, it does have a lot of history, like the days of the video nasty. Yes, it was a video nasty. Yes, it was took off the shelf, originally banned. It's since 1984. Then when they re-released it, we had the theatrical one, being the cut down one. But the Stoned Uncut one, I actually love it. I think it had a lot more impact. The zombies were a lot more frightening. How did anyone forget the scene with the dog getting dragged by an hair? That big wooden spike going in the eye. How can you forget that? The bit where the zombies are munching on her. The extra door, the extra blood makes them zombies stare. The music was cheapy, it was frightening. I think loads of photos, it made a masterpiece. And if anyone loves zombie films, you've only got to type on YouTube any channel and type in zombie versus shark. You will see a date scene. Even though I've figured out and found out how they did it, and it's damn same because the actor that played the zombie is no longer with us, may rest. Right, I will say it. I'll say it straight away. How they pulled that off, none of these shitty CGI effects. A real Jake White shark, an actor tested as a zombie underwater wrestling a shark. Seriously, I'm not smoking any funny shit here. A die dressed up as a shark fighting with a great white shark, adapted dressed up as a zombie. Even today, that mesmerised me. I could sit there eating a sandwich, the food would be dropping out of my mouth, and it would still mesmerise me. It would still mesmerise me. How the fuck did they do that? And again, the extra door, the fact it's done for me to there. And it's like I said, that to me, the music and they've done by lots of photos. I mean, the makeup for that era was amazing. And the zombies, when they come out of the drown, you got one with maggots coming out the eyeballs. It packs that poor woman's jugular out. Everything about that film I love. Zombie Fest Eaters had a lot of different cycles. It's one of my favourites. It's one of my favourites. So there's a few other ones. This one being City of the Living Dead, which again was done by Lucy Folzer. To me, I like the fact they look cheapy in it. You got one with worms coming out the eyeballs. I like that piece. It pops up and that poor girl vomits her ducts out. Really fucked up. Everything about that film I love. I love the fact it's done. The only bits I don't like, the bits where the zombies are jumping in everywhere. Was that really needed? But again, I like the fact they look cheaper. I like the fact they've got the maggots coming out the eyeballs. The fact that Lucy Folzer used a big dock-off fan machine to blow maggots out everywhere and all the poor actors. You know what I mean? He actually used a big dock-off fan. He blew maggots on all the fucking actors' face. And some of the things what he did. And I also like the other one, Jake Wave to Utility, that being the Barond. I actually love the Barond. I made the Barond. I like the dude which is blind. I like the dog which is out Chicky, and it bites the jugular out, no fucking about. There are some really good dory bits in it. The bit with the spiders eating that poor guy's face. I love the bits where the zombies are coming out. That bit where he shoots that poor deer in the face. I love it. I love the Barond. I think the Barond is very well won. The only one I'm not going to say is House by the Cemetery, because to me it was more of an haunted house film. You get one fucking zombie monster Frankenstein fucker. You got the most annoying fucking kid ever. Nah! Fucking annoying. That's the only one I weren't a lover of, but City of the Living Dead and the Beyond, I actually liked. Now we get to these. Is this zombies or are they not? Fuck it, I'll do it. The Evil Dead. The Evil Dead to me is a masterpiece. The fact it was a video nasty, just like Zombie Fest Eaters, the fact they took it off the shelf. I know the directors, such as Bruce Campbell, the actor himself, and the actors that produced it, fought, and they went to court. They really fought for this film, that it was due taken off the shelf, and it took them this. And then when we did get it, it was cut to fucking pieces. But happy to say now you can see the Evil Dead full-on uncut version. What a difference it makes. I love the makeup. I love the dead eyes. Like the fact there's no eyeballs in the eyes. I like what the zombies look like. Night of the Living Dead. I like that. It's bloodthirsty. It's ultra bloodthirsty. Now you get the uncut one. Vicious with the tea attack scene. I'm not saying the rest about that, but anyone knows about the tea scene. It's definitely a lot more vicious. Everything about that film I love. I like the stairs, I like the horror, I like the humour in it. There's dark humour in it. Fuck it. The Evil Dead is my favourite. And what else I love? Evil Dead 2, Dead Before Dawn. Very damn good worthy sequel. Yeah, there's bits where they're playing it safe because they want the stare from the original one. But I also like that. I like the fact there's different colour bloods in it. I like the bit where he saws his hand off. He says, "Who's laughing now? Ha 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 ha." I like the bits where the house is fucking with him. You got like, I could put it. You got a rat's work day and it's laughing. You got Bucks laughing at him and everything's laughing at him. And you're thinking he's going off his fucking head. The bit where the thing's blowing him in the air and his face is like that and it hits the bounce off a tree and he falls in the water and he gets up again. Everything about that film was not boring. I never once got bored of Evil Dead 2, Dead Before Dawn. And I think it's a damn good worthy sequel. So these are a few of my favourite zombie films. I'll probably get on to other ones, it'd be the Resident Evils, you know, that's Mad on Them, and the ones at a later date. But these were my favourite ones, what I loved. What were my favourite zombie films? But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.